Very and a warm welcome to everyone to the next series of stock market, which is totally based upon the PSU stocks. Friends, our today's discussion is all about the why PSU stocks are falling and why there is an opportunity or there is any trap in investing in PSU stocks. Friends, here in this particular series, I will going to talk about the PSU stocks only. So friends, let's have a discussion regarding the topic, that is why PSU stocks are falling. Whether it is an opportunity for the investors or a trap for the investor for investing in the PSU stock. So friends, here I am PRUTHVI Maurya, a student of CA Final, and today we are going to have a comprehensive discussion regarding all the matters that why the PSU stocks are falling and why there is secrets, what are the top secrets that I have discovered while doing research on PSU stocks, and why it is an opportunity for all of us to invest in PSU stock, friends. So let's have a discussion without wasting any of the further times. Okay friends, this is a chart of year-to-year down BSE index, that is Sensex, and the BSE PSU index, friends. So if you just take a look, the BSE index has fallen down by PSU index has been fallen down by 37% during the last 1 year. As well as if we talk about the Sensex, so Sensex has been I can say is almost down around 5%, and as we see the comparative chart, so Sensex has fallen down, means the BSE Sensex index has been fallen down due to the COVID era. Okay, but after that, after the COVID, the major relief plans have been issued by the government. Okay, in that all the policies that framed by the government has majorly affected the policies of government companies, friends, because the government has declared the many of the policies that are in favor of many of the private players. Okay, and government has not intentionally or unintentionally played a move towards the private player, because government wants the private players to wants private player to come in the field of the market and do the lot more production and increase the GDP of our country. But the policies that are in the plan that the government has discovered is not in favor of government companies. That is the, I can say, the emotions of the market towards the PSU stocks. Okay, so this is the idea, major idea. Okay, but if I just talk about the other stocks in which investors are happy during the last 6 months, friends, because these are the emotional stock in which the investors are very too much happy. So let's have a discussion regarding first stock, which is very emotional stock. Okay friends, so PVR cinemas, friends. So if we see this stock, it just fallen down from level of 2000 rupees to 750 low, and currently is trading at almost around 1200 rupees. And if we talk about last 4 months gain, the company of PVR has provided almost around 35% gain during the last 6 months only. But what is the major reason behind this particular stock? It is I can say the emotions of the market. Whenever the news of reopening of cinemas were coming, the price of the PVR cinema almost has 5%, 10%, and after several days the price of the share again fall down. Like this, you can see the biggest movement in the share prices also. The share prices has gone down to the 750 low, and again within this span of 1 month, the share prices has gone to the level of 1200, then again fall to the 1000 level, then again gone to the 14,400 level, and after that the share prices fall to the level of 1000, and again the share prices stabilizes. So this is a type of emotional stock, friends, because this particular stock is totally based upon the emotions. But I can say that those who are playing with the emotions, they can win, but they cannot win. But if you are, I can say, you are fundamentally strong, friends, so you can definitely gain a huge amount of profit from the stock market, friends. But this is the type of a risky move that anyone can take. That can make you a beggar, that can make you a king also, friends. Okay, and second stock is about the Adani Green, friends. The Adani Green stock was almost landing around 100 rupees at December, at earlier, I can say the 1 year before, and the share prices is almost around 700 rupees during the last 9 months. So in a 9 months, share prices have gained almost around, I can say, 3,000% return. And if we talk about the Adani, friends, so the news of expansion of in renewable energy of achieving 1 billion megawatt energy. So that news has made this particular stock a very rise, because many of us are considering that this particular stock will be going to give a huge amount of return. But as of now, friends, the company is in a loss. If you just check the profitability of this company during the last 6 months, friends, The profitability, I can say there is not a profitability, there is a loss of profitability. Means there is a complete loss in the balance sheet of Adani Green. But then also the prices of Adani has gone to 800 rupees on the 100 rupees, friends. So I can say this is definitely emotions. But many of the stocks like PSUs are having a good type of financial or also having a good amount of market share, but they generally lack the emotions of the market, because these are the stocks which has never been tracked upon the I can say on the emotions. They have been regularly played upon their fundamental, friends. So this topic of Adani and PVR, why I have discovered, friends, because in market during the last 6 months, friends, the whole market has been run upon the emotions only, friends. None of us have considered the fundamental of any stock. The prices have been gone down and down and down, but none of us have considered why the share prices are going down. But if the share price is going up, many of the investors or any kind of experts are coming forward and telling that this company is doing that, the company is having good amount of prospectus, this and that. But none of them are considering that this particular stocks are considering upon total emotion, friends. Okay, so I want to say that never go upon the emotion, because these prices, suppose if I talk about the Adani Green, it is almost around 800 rupees, friends. But I am betting you, friends, down to the line of 1 year, the share prices will be again low at around 200 rupees and 300 rupees. That I bet you, friends. Okay, so this is all about the emotional stocks. So friends, I already discussed with that market bullish for the emotional driving stock. So if you want to just know, so I can give you some of the list, that is Adani Green, PVR Cinemas, Alok Industries, various other companies, Future Retail that we have really seen, then Glenmark, in which emotion that the Glenmark has introduced the COVID vaccine, that is driving stock prices almost 30% in a one day only, friends. So this type of emotional stocks have been there in the market during the last 6 months, friends. Okay, and the market is bearish for the fundamentally good stocks of PSUs, friends. Okay, so let's have a discussion regarding the PSUs, friends. Before going to the discussion regarding the PSUs, let's have a look over the economic outlook during the last 6 months, friends. So friends, due to the COVID, the Indian Monetary Funds has said that the GDP of country of India will drop by 11% in the current financial fiscal year, and there will be the high rise in the bank NPA and forex there will be the all-time high. So now also there is an all-time high of forex in our country, but Indian Monetary Fund is considering that the India will going to have all-time high. Okay, in the forex reserve also. The fourth point is about the Atmanirbhar Bharat plan, because Atmanirbhar project of government is totally emphasizing of domestic production and increasing domestic production, so as though the country's GDP will grow at a faster rate, because balance of trade should be balanced, because in past we have been importing huge amount of goods from the China, but the Atmanirbhar project will generally increase the domestic production, and we will see the effect of that in the upcoming times. Fifth point, divestment of PSU friends. Because why? Because government has been deploying the PSUs, because this is not an inefficiency of government and not company. Because what did I mean by divestment of PSU and inefficiency of government and not company? Friends, in upcoming 6 months, or in the past 6 months, the government has been divested almost around 1 to 2 companies, that is BPCL and various other companies. The government has been divesting. So many of the shareholders are considering that why the government are selling, or I can say divesting their stake from the companies. Many of them considering that the company is not performing. Nothing is well in the company. That is why the government is taking all their money from the company. That type of rumors have been spreading in the market, but that is not the real idea of government of divesting the PSU. Because friends, due to the COVID, the government is having a huge amount of cash crunch, and to meet that cash crunch, the government is divesting their stake in the PSUs, friends. So this is all about the economic outlook. Okay, so let's have a discussion regarding the why reasons behind huge fall of shares in the PSU company, friends, because this is the main topic, friends, that today I will going to discuss. So friends, till now I have discussed about the emotional stock that I have been playing during the last 6 months, and after that we have seen the market has been very bullish in terms of emotional stocks and very weak, or I can say very bearish in terms of fundamentally strong stocks, friends. Okay, so let's have a reason why the PSU companies are the prices of the why the PSU stocks prices are very falling down during the last 6 months, because many of the stocks have been recovered from their very low to the all-time high. Many of the stocks, but PSU stocks have been not recovered, and they are there at their actual prices beside the market have been recovered. So let's have a discussion regarding 4 major reasons why the PSU stocks are falling, not from the 1 year, friends. For the last 4 to 3 years, there is a trend. The prices of PSU stocks are going down. Let's have a discussion regarding that. So first is that too many divestment, friends. Too many divestment by government companies, means government, I can say, because friends, strength of a promoter is a main concern to a shareholder, friends. Suppose, friends, there is a major criteria for the fundamental investor or equity research analyst that the company which is having a huge amount of promoter stake is, I can say, efficient. The chances of fraud are very less. Okay, the company which is having a huge amount of promoter stake. But if there is decrease in the stake of the promoter, so there is a fear in the market that why the promoter is taking out their money. So that is the actual idea that if any promoter is taking out their money from the company, so it means that the company, the promoter is not unsure about the company's future and the growth. That is why the promoter is taking out their money from the company. Likewise, if government is taking out their money from the PSU companies, so many of the shareholders, financial institutions are fearing that the government is taking up this stake because the rumor will be spread in the market that something is not well with the company. That is why the government is taking out this stake from the government companies. So this is the first reason behind that rumor about this particular thing. So I discussed regarding the first point. Let's have a discussion regarding the second point. Too many losses in the books, because there are too many losses on the books in the balance sheet of the company. Certain PSUs are there. I agree, friends. Some of the PSU stocks are there that we will be going to discuss now also. So losses in the books reflects, I can say, it's not a good thing that too many losses in the books is I'm not favoring that every company should have a loss, but too many loss like SAIL, the Steel Authority of India, and BHEL, they are doing huge amount of loss of the government also and the money of shareholders, but still also. So I can say that is the reason that why the stock prices are falling. Third reason is about too many contingent liability, friends, because contingent liability will not I can say immediately liquidate any company, or I can say bankrupt any company, but contingent liability can at any time can break a company, and if the company will break its financial, so at any cost the share prices will also reduce, friends. So contingent liability, too many contingent liabilities are also a fear factor for the shareholders. That is why the prices of the shares are decreasing. Fourth, government management, friends. Why government management? Because if we just see in our India, the employees working in government, okay, are not too effective as comparison to the employees working in private sector, friends. That is why many of us not considered to invest in government stock, friends. So let's have a discussion regarding one of the stocks. To let's take I can say the correlate every points in a simple manner. So friends, if we talk about the first point, too many contingent liability. So friends, if we talk about the SBI, so SBI is having a 12 lakh crore contingent liability in their balance sheet. So this is the fear factor in the mind of shareholders, due to which share prices are not increasing in SBI. So this is the fear factor of I can say the reason behind the share price falling in the SBI. Okay. Second point is about Steel Authority of India. So there is not good governance structure in Steel Authority of India, because steel prices are fluctuating up and down, and many of the private players, that is like JSPW, Hindustan Steel, so they are making good amount of profit. Hinduja Steels, all their private players are making good amount of profit, but this company is not making a good amount of profit. I can say the major reasons that have been coming out is all about that good, not good governance by the company. So because of which the Steel Authority of India Limited prices have been falling for I can say near about 5 years. The prices have been gone down only, not increased for the major time. Okay. Third point is all about too many losses. So if we just to take any of us just take a look over the BAIL, that is Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited. So there is a 2 million loss in their books. So because of which the prices of the share are going on, I can say it has been around 20 rupees in the year about 1 to 2 months ago. The prices was almost around 20 rupees, which is, I can say, 30-year low the company has made again. So this is all about the reason why the PSU stocks prices are going down. But there are certain advantages, or I can say the secrets for the investing in PSU stocks, friends. First is all about low valuation and PE ratio. Second is all about the huge market share. And third is all about high dividend yield. Fourth is all about double-digit CAGR. And fifth point is all about audit by C and AG, friends. So let's have a discussion regarding one by one point, friends. Okay, friends. Let's have a discussion on the first point: low PE valuation. Friends, many of you might be aware about the PE valuation, but if none of us are not aware, so you can see my latest previous videos. I will provide a link in the description, and you can get best idea about the PE ratio, friends. So friends, if I just try to correlate, okay, Gail India, friends, the PE ratio is 4 rupees, okay, which is quite low as compared to various other companies working in the gas sector, friends. Okay, high dividend yield, okay, and high net profit. Okay, you will not see any of the companies which is gaining huge amount of profit, okay, and huge amount of sale, and I can say nominal amount of return on capital employed, friends. So this company is lacking in the return on capital employed, but I cannot say this is very worst thing, return on capital employed, Gail India. But various other factors that I discussed, PE ratio, dividend yield, net profit, huge amount of sale, because none of the companies having a sale of 12,000 crores. But this is the leading, I can say the leading company, and I can say the company is having a 70% market share, 70% market share in the gas sector, friends. So I can say this company is having a market share, huge amount of dividend yield, low PE ratio, huge amount of sale, huge amount of profit, and nominal amount of return on capital employed, friends. And this company is not having any of the contingent liability in their balance sheet, friends. So this is the best stock that I can say as per the low PE valuation. Second point is all about the huge dividend yield, friends. Because friends, there are too many things. We have to just take a control over the dividend yield also, friends. Because the dividend yield percentage is quite more than the FD rate in India, friends. And none of the private players are paying this amount of dividend yield in terms of dividend, friends. So if I just talk about the dividend yield of Power Grid Corporation, it is 11%. Gail India is almost around 7%. Coal India is almost around 12%. RSC is 13%, and ONGC is almost around 8%, friend. So this amount of percentage of dividend yield is quite high, and this, I can say, the amount of dividend helps the shareholder to safeguard their capital gain or capital loss, friends. So high amount of dividend yield also provide a regular income for any one of us. Okay, so huge amount of dividend is a major point, and many of the fundamental analysts and equity research analysts consider that the company which is having a huge amount of dividend yield, which shows the, I can say, the comfortability, okay, and confidence of the company for the working in the future, and the company is generally not concerned about their particular, I can say the promoter is not particularly considered, I can say, selfish attitude towards them. They are always happy with the shareholders by providing the distribution of dividend, friends. So this makes investors happy for the long term and make them a company for the long term for the company, friends. So huge amount of dividend is a huge amount of, I can say best secrets of the PSU stocks, friends. Third point is all about double digit CAGR, that is compounding annual growth rate, friends. So for that I have taken an example of Power Grid Corporation, friends. So Power Grid Corporation is having a huge, I can say, the compounded growth rate almost around 70% and 14% every year. So if a company is having a growth of 14 and 15% every year, so why the share prices is going down? See, friends, share prices has gone down by 22% in the last 1 year, but the company's growth is going at a far better point, and the return on capital is very high also. Okay, let's have a comparison regarding with the various other company also. which is existing in the electricity sector, friends. So first point, the first stock is all about Adani Grid that I already discussed with you, friends, which is having a PE ratio of 643. That is a sign that this is a sign only, friends, that the price of the share will fall down. I bet you, friends, those who are watching this video, that this Adani Grid stock price that is now at 705 will fall to 200 rupees. That I bet you in the near about 1 year only, friends. Okay, and besides having a power grid operation, which is having a net profit of 2048 crores, okay, and dividend yield almost around 6.29 at this current year. But if you talk about the average, you will get a 10 to 11% at every year, and return on capital employed is 11%, which is quite more than various other companies. Okay, so this is the major point of PSU stock like power grid, friend. The company is growing with a huge amount of sales as well as profit, friends, but the share prices are not growing. So this is I can say a foolish market behavior, I can say, in which the fundamental stocks are not going up, whereas the emotional stocks are going up, friends. That is why I discussed with you initially about the Adani Grid and PVR. So if you like to grow, any of the fundamental investors like Rakesh Jhunjhunwala is also having a stake in the power grid, and he always consider to invest in PSU stock, friends. Okay. Okay, friends. Last point is about the computer C and AG, friends. Point of C and AG, friends. Many of you might be considering why C and AG is a major point for the PSU stock, friends. We know that the private company's audit is done by a chartered accountant, which is working under the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. But the PSU stocks, okay, PSU stocks are independently audited by the C and AG, or in some case it is audited by the chartered accountant only, but under the guidance of C and AG, friends. So C and AG is a prime institution of India for the audit, friends. If India cannot trust Deloitte, India cannot trust EY, India cannot trust KPMG, but India can trust C and AG for the audit purpose, friend, because it is a supreme institution, okay, and it is having a huge amount of transparency in their work and having a proper evaluation for any of the company, friends. So this type of audits helps us shareholders to define every small and the minor risk points of any of the public sector undertaking, friends. And C and AG have been always been transparent for disclosing any of the facts which are relevant for the shareholders and the financial institutions which are associated with the public sector undertaking, friends. So audited by the C and AG is a good point for all of us, because sudden fraud of anything, suppose like if you talk about Yes Bank fraud has led to the devaluation of the share prices in the 1 month only. So that type of not sudden crash of a share don't happen. So in order to monitor the financial of the public sector undertakings, C and AG is appointed, and this is the major, I can say, a power, I can say the strength for all of us, friends. Okay, friends. Finally, I want to just discuss about some of the good PSU stocks, and I have done the research report on all the stock, friends. Anyone wants to have a research report regarding all the stocks that I displayed upon my screen can just DM me upon my email ID that I will provide in the description. Okay, so these all are the stocks. Okay, let me discuss, friends. Just hear properly. All these other stocks which are having a huge amount of market share, which are futuristic, which are having a monopoly business, friends, and which are having a good financial, which are having a huge amount of dividend yield, which are having which are not having any of the, I can say, contingent liabilities in their balance sheet, friends. Friends, if you just discuss about the stocks, it is Coal India, Indian Oil, Gail India, ONGC, this type of these four stocks, you can just go to the 2 stocks only 2 stocks. All the 4 are best, but you can just go for the 2 stocks and invest 50 and 50% amount in these 2 stocks, because all these 4 stocks are futuristic. But the best stock is Gail India. At the first, I can talk in the gas sector. Second is all about ONGC. Third is all about Coal India, and then Indian Oil, friends. Okay, in this way you can invest in the gas sector. These 4 are the gas sector and the oil sector stocks, friends. If you just want to invest in the electric stocks, so you can go for the BEL. It is Bharat Electronics Limited, friends, not BEL, friends. Bharat Electronics Limited only. BEL is totally different thing. It is all about manufacturing of trains and altogether different thing. But BEL, BEL is a monopoly business, friends, and this is the stock of is a dynamic stock, I can say, which will not be divested by the government and at any of the cost. I bet you that government will not divest this particular stock because this is the business of monopoly type of business. Okay, BEL is a monopoly type of business which involves top amount of secrecy. Okay, which government will not transfer that type of secrecy to any of the private player because it is all about the national security, friends. Because BEL is a monopoly type of business and it will not be divested to any of the private player. So BEL is a good stock for the long term if anyone want to invest. Okay, power grid. If you want to go for the power sector, power and generation sector, power grid is a good option. If you want to have alternative, so also go for the NTPC, which is also a good stock in the power sector. Last and final stock, friend, REC. It is Rural Electrification Corporation, friends. REC. What is the special about is this, friends? As you know that 60% of the rural India is not electrified in our India. Okay, 60% of the rural area in India is not electrified. So in order to electrification, the company like REC has been incorporated in 1969 for development of rural electrification. And I want to say that this is the monopoly type of business that has been incorporated by the government of India to electrify the rural. Okay, so REC is a best stock for the rural, and I can say rural area will grow because it has not already grown, friends. Okay, so REC is also best stock for the down to the line 4 to 5 years. Okay, and this is the altogether discussion regarding some of the good and PSU stock, friends. Okay, and thank you for watching my video, and I hope you will like my video. And I want to say that if you like this, so friends, generally share with anyone. And I always produce a good amount of research report, and I generally spend my lot of my time for making this huge amount of PPTs and spending my time to prepare these videos. And as though I have been having almost subscribers of 118, and I have been happy with some of the comments of my clients that to whom I am providing my contents of stock market tips with various other stock funds. But friends, you can contact me or mail me regarding any of the tips if you want for the investment in stock market, friends. As of now, I am not charging any of the money for the investment, but in the past I have uploaded many of the videos regarding stock tips and which are given the multi-bagger return, friends. Okay, and what I say will definitely happen, friends. Okay, and because I am spending too much amount of time in learning and understanding any of the particular stock, and after that only I am presenting to you. Okay, so bye bye, friends, and I hope you have enjoyed my video. Okay, thank you.